Mental health isn't a fixed state. It's a dynamic continuum that ranges from optimal well-being to significant challenges. Understanding this continuum helps us recognize where we or others might be and how to seek appropriate help. Mental health is a complex and dynamic concept that can be visualized as a two-axis continuum. On the horizontal axis, we move from mental illness diagnosis, where a person has been given a diagnosis by a health professional, such as bipolar disorder or clinical depression, to no mental illness diagnosis, where a person has never had any significant troubles that have warranted an official diagnosis. On the vertical axis, we see optimal mental well-being at the top, where a person is able to happily navigate their life with resilience, joy, and fulfilment. This axis ranges down to minimal mental well-being at the bottom, where a person may be experiencing significant distress. Together, these axes provide a framework to better understand how mental health can vary in different situations over time. In the top right, people here have high mental well-being and no diagnosed mental illness. They experience resilience, joy, and fulfillment. The top left, people in this quadrant may have a mental illness diagnosis, but they are thriving with support, self-management, and care. In the bottom right, individuals here may not have a diagnosed mental illness, but are struggling with low well-being due to stress, burnout, or challenging life events. The quadrant in the bottom left represents individuals experiencing significant distress from both low mental well-being and a mental illness diagnosis. They may require significant support to improve their quality of life. Let's look at some examples. Sarah feels confident, enjoys her work, and maintains healthy relationships. She experiences no mental illness and is thriving. David has no mental illness diagnosis but struggles with stress and exhaustion from work, lowering his mental well-being. Maria has been diagnosed with depression, but through therapy and self-care, she feels connected, fulfilled, and mentally strong. John, diagnosed with anxiety, is overwhelmed, isolating himself and unable to perform daily tasks, indicating the need for comprehensive support. An individual's place on this continuum is not fixed. Maria makes some drastic lifestyle changes and works with a therapist. Over time, she is able to recover from her depression, and it is removed as an active health concern. Movement can even be as extreme as David realizing that his stress and exhaustion have reached a crisis point, and he receives a mental illness diagnosis of burnout. As a drastic health measure, he takes a leave of absence from work and is able to regain some of his mental well-being. Several factors influence our movement along the continuum. Sleep. Adequate rest supports mental health. Relationships. Positive connections provide emotional support and fulfillment. Work. Job satisfaction and manageable stress levels are crucial. Therapy and medication. Professional guidance can help navigate challenges. The two-axis mental health continuum reminds us that mental illness and mental well-being are separate yet interconnected dimensions. Recognizing where we or others might be helps us guide decisions about support and care. Remember, everyone moves across this continuum throughout life. If you or someone you know is struggling, reach out to a mental health professional or support service. Help is always available.